Hello, Blizzard fans! This is FalconPaladin coming to you with yet another daily Blizzard upload. This is a game between More Explosion, Mute Hydra, and Granite and Cyberonic on Katherine Square. This is a Heart of the Swarm 2v2 replay. Somebody posted a GIF from this replay on the StarCraft subreddit earlier this week, and it got a lot of attention. Everybody was really enthralled with it, and somebody wanted somebody to cast it, so I volunteered. So here we go. In the top right of Katherine Square, we have the red Terran player with the awesome Bruce Willis logo here. I'm pretty sure that's from Die Hard. He's wearing the wife beater. He has the gun. I think his feet are probably bleeding here, though we can't see them. Anyway, it is More Explosion representing Kaboom. And we have the teammate of the red Terran player, the blue Protoss. It is Mute Hydra. Now, Mute is spelled with one T normally. So like Mutt Hydra, but Mutt doesn't have an E, so I'm not sure exactly what the intent here is. Anyway, in the bottom left of the map, we have the blue and teal, or purple and teal team. I guess we'll call it that. The purple being Cyberonic from Microsoft Macro Hard, also representing Ubel. And the teammate here, ooh, the red Terran player, or the blue Terran player, Microsoft Macro Hard, Granite, from Ubel as well. So I assume these two know each other. They both have the same nice floating logo. And they're both Terran. So Terran can be scary to stop. Basically, if both players go 2 racks. Whoa. Whoa. It looks like it's actually going to be an SCV rush here. Both players kind of sending half of their workers out. Catching some of More Explosions. SCVs are going to kill them. All right, that helps a lot. Going to try to go after the rest of these, catching one more that pops out. Every one of these SCVs that can be killed by these workers is another boon here for Team Terran. We're going to call them Team Terran because they are both Terran. Going to work on this command center. Surprisingly, that's going to take a long time. This is just nuts. But here we go. SCV on SCV action. Going to try to do what they can, but More Explosion not really happy about the odds there. Does pull out. Mute Hydra sends out a couple probes to deal with it. And just kind of hanging out, but here we go, getting a big surround here. SCVs and probes trying to take down all of the Team Terran probes that they can. There's only 5 left total from Team Terran. They're going to head on out of there. Cyberonic and Granite not quite sure what they want to do. Oh, actually going after a supply depot, because why the heck not? What is being produced? More SCVs. So pretty much just mass SCV right now from our Team Terran. SCV being pulled off the line for More Explosion, trying to save their supply depot. That might be a bit of too much of a pull, considering just being so annoying here is Granite trying to come in here and force a lot of micro out of the red Terran player, building a proxy command center right outside of the other team's base is Team Terran. Team Terran has a lot of crazy things planned here, actually taking a fairly normal expansion, but again, we're pretty much just making SCVs. I don't see any barracks from either of these guys. We are getting some gas, so that's good. I don't know what the gas is going to be for, though. Maybe for a forward planetary fortress. That would be kind of fun. But what is the ping here for? I don't know what the ping is for. There's actually a Zealot for Mute Hydra, though. A Zealot could do a lot of damage, throwing up a barracks as well. More Explosion finally able to get a barracks here at the 4-minute mark because of that crazy SCV rush that came out. So what is showing in the top right there? Oh, okay. So I click on a player and it shows me their stats. I still can't get names, though. I think in team games I can't get names from everybody, unfortunately. But we'll have to kind of keep track of them as we go on. More Explosion and Mute Hydra are the players up north. And then it is Cyberonic and I always forget this guy, Granite. Granite as well with the capital N. It looks like Team Terran is pretty much going to go Planetary Fortress and mass SCV and see what they can do. Yeah, there we go. Engineering Bay being created right now by Cyberonic. And another forward command, or backward command center, rather. Defensive command center, I suppose. Yep, here comes the SCV hit squad moving right on out. Are we going to try to float this planetary fortress inside the base, or float this command center inside a base and turn it into a planetary? That is the question. I think that's exactly what the plan is. These Zealots could stop it. They could block it if they see this coming. Can we see it coming? It is pretty much visible to everybody by now, but nope, it's going to land. Boop, there it lands, immediately turning into that planetary. Here come the Zealots. They're going to try to kill it. We do have an SCV here, going to try to out-repair the DPS from these Zealots. It's going to be close, and actually, the SCV says, never mind, I'm not going to be able to do that. But can we get up here? No, that's fully walled off. Planetary Fortress, again, being repaired. The DPS is, I don't know if the DPS is quite enough to kill it. There we go. Being very smart, pulling one of the Protoss Zealots off the line to kill this SCV so it cannot repair. bringing more and more workers off the line to try to kill this thing. It's going to be very close. It's already burning. It's down to the red, but it is going to complete. Just a matter of who it's going to kill. Going after SCVs first. I think those are being targeted specifically, and that's it. Planetary ends up dead. These SCVs running out for some reason. Go back to work, SCVs. Come on, more explosion. You have idle. There we go. Heading back on out. But again, here we have a planetary fortress being made here in defensive position. Making one here as well. Nope, that's an orbital. That one's an orbital. And this one's actually not doing anything at this point for Cyberonic. So what is being pinged over here? Looks like Granite's pinging over here. Maybe make a planetary here, he says, and then lift it up into the base. Who knows? But we have Zealots. We have Reapers on the way from Team Not just making SCVs. We are getting the high-sec auto-tracking, making the planetaries have a little bit more range, as well as these missile turrets. So looks like it's going to be planetaries, SCVs, and missile turrets for Team Terran. Team Ubel has a plan on their minds. There we go, building another planetary. Going to try to move it up here, I have to imagine. Maybe in a place where it's a little bit harder to see. So it has time to morph into a planetary before bad things happen to it. The Zealots moving out across the map, but there is a planetary fortress here. You can't get through that. The missile turret is here just in case I think Dark Templars show up or Void Rays or something scary. Here come the Reapers. The Reapers could actually do a lot of work over here at this base. There's really nothing defending. Same thing over here, but I have the feeling they're just going to kind of hop up and get killed by this planetary. We'll have to see if they're smart Reapers or they are dumb Reapers. These Zealots kind of hanging out, not doing much of anything. At this point, the Protoss player is getting Warp Gate. That's nice here at the 8-minute mark. Another Warp Gate on the way, making more and more gateways. Is floating quite a bit of money, about 1,000 minerals and 200 gas or so. No, so not a whole lot. But let's follow these Reapers. I like these guys. They have jetpacks. They're funny. They say crazy stuff. If you click on them a lot, pop right onto an ideal place to start killing workers. And here we go. What is the answer going to be from Cyberonic? Yep, basically sending SCVs after it. That's pretty much all that they can do. Are we going to try to trap the Reapers? Can't, because there is low ground there, so they can hop down and be safe. Good micro, good Reaper micro. Running away from those SCVs, basically being forced to pull all the SCVs off the line here because two Reapers will wreck everything because there are no Marines, there are no Marauders, there's nothing that can really handle this. Trying to get a good surround on these Reapers. Are we going to be able to get it? If we pull these guys, we might be able to do so, but man, this is a lot of SCVs, a lot of lost mining time. There we go, gets the surround on the Reapers. The Reapers desperately shooting and trying to stay alive, but the SCVs finally kill them. SCV DPS is not terrible. It turns out another base coming up for a Protoss player. What is this thing going to do? Command center? Or are we long distance mining, Cyberonic? Are we long distance mining from like this base? What is your plan here? I don't know. You are crazy. We have Stalkers and Zealots. Again, kind of hanging out. I'm not sure if they know there's a planetary there or not. Yeah, they do know. They must have tried to poke up there earlier and bad things happened. But unfortunately for that SCV, more bad stuff happened to him. He gets ripped down. His poor little body is charred and on fire there. Then it disintegrates, as all things do in StarCraft 2. Possibly a forward pylon here from this probe. I really don't know what to expect. More and more units coming up from Mute Hydra. Terran player needs to do something. What are you doing over here, Mr. More Explosion? A couple of Marauders. That's good. That's really good. Probably can make some more SCVs. They're on the way, so that's nice as well. Starport, Factory, another command center. Cyberonic actually has a planetary fortress back here. Okay, so built here, landed back here, probably going to turn into a planetary. A lot of pings going on saying there are bases for our players, for our opponent. They might out-expand us, but that is okay. There we go. Finally morphing these to a planetary fortress in case more Reapers come around. Probably a good choice. Oh, it's not Microsoft. It's Microsoft Macro Hard. Man, I'm stupid. All right, there we go. I learned it. It's a slogan, it looks like, for Ubel. So more Stalkers coming up. I don't know that Stalkers and Zealots are the greatest choice for these planetary fortresses, but we'll have to see if maybe we switch it up here. There we go. Immortals are probably better. They do extra damage to buildings. They take less damage from the planetaries as well. So excellent choice. There we go. More and more command centers coming up for Team Purple. Team Cyberonic, rather. And More Explosion says, oh, I was going to take a base here, but instead there's a planetary fortress. Just shot my SCV in the face. It's very sad. It's all the way down to 5 hit points. And what's the answer going to be? What's the response going to be? We're going to send a dropship over. That's good. Oh, we have a tank. All right, so we dropped the tank outside of the range of the planetary. It's going to take a while to kill it, but you can manage to get it just fine. Healing up that SCV as well. Put it into siege mode. Put your tank into siege mode. There we go. Siege mode is there, and let the firing begin. The siege of Planetary Fortress, a forward Planetary Fortress, is on the way. We have a sensor tower here. Ubel's or Granite has made one of those. There we go. Couple Immortals, couple Stalkers. I get the feeling this isn't really a super high level game, but still very fun to watch regardless. More explosion taking a base back here where there's not a planetary. Thank goodness for that. Repairing. Can an SCV out-repair the damage from a siege tank? No, but it's very close. I mean, maybe 2 SCVs I think could probably do it all the way. This siege tank has a lot of work cut out for him, but he's going to keep working on it anyway. Mute Hydra doing a pretty good job, but man, expanding everywhere is Team Terran. Planetary Fortress here, Command Center here. Command Center here morphing into a planetary fortress. This is morphing into a planetary fortress. We're putting bases everywhere we possibly can. I assume making missile turrets as well, because air units would pretty much wreck Team Terran's day. But hanging out over here is this group. I think they're trying to join their friends out here in the middle of the map, but this is unfortunately walled off. So we don't have a forward pylon. Just kidding, we have a forward pylon. We did not warp them in there. In case of the Immortal, you can't really warp them in anyway, so that's not really a big deal. But, now there are 2 tanks. Can the DPS from 2 tanks out DPS 3 repairing SCVs? Yes, very slowly though. Again, it's going to take a long time. One more SCV is probably enough to turn the tides there. Some attacks over here. Zealots trying to take down this planetary by themselves. But no, the planetary ends up with I think 3 or 4 kills, making another planetary. Just in case this one fortress is not quite enough, you might as well have 2. If one is good, 2 is better, right? So 2 tanks here. This is probably overkill on the repair. These guys aren't actually repairing at all. There we go. Now they're going to work with their drills, and yes, it is actually enough to out-repair that one tank. This guy might try going after the workers. Yep, smashing those workers as best he possibly can. But again, another big hit. So the number of workers that can repair here without getting smashed in the face, it looks like... Oh, that's a lot. Okay, so never mind. Basically, 6 or 7 here. 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 5. It is enough to repair through the damage by putting on by these 2 siege tanks. If we got a surround on this tank with these SCVs, that might be a good answer. But no, they're just retreating instead. Again, making double planetary fortress at this space, being very aggressive, and this one is just about finished. Command Center. This army needs to do something, like scout out, run around, find things. You could probably kill this if you wanted to, probably kill this one as well. That 2 Immortals, a bunch of Zealots, and a few Stalkers, that's enough DPS to get through a planetary. That's not being supported by anything else. No, don't Observer. Oh, Observer gets taken on by the missile turret. Unfortunately, missile turret does have that increased range with the high-sec auto-tracking. Here come the SCVs getting right on top of this siege tank, doing as much damage with their drills as they can. But man, the siege tank out of siege mode can pretty much 3-shot, possibly 4-shot. Oh, SCVs, but he keeps changing targets. I don't know why that is, but finally ends up with 8 kills. Going to go back into siege mode here. This planetary is lasting a super long time. That is what's going on here. Another planetary is just everywhere across the map here. I'm pretty sure we know, yep, mass orbital commands coming up for our blue Terran player here. And Cyberonic also going for the mass orbital command strategy, while everybody's distracted by this planetary fortress that will not die behind the other team's main. SCVs getting splash damage as well. Siege tank up to 9 kills. Trying to time it. Oh, they do time it properly. They get inside that circle, and they do kill the siege tank. And then run away because, yeah, missile turret again getting big hits on that medevac. It is down to 40 hit points. What is the Protoss army doing? Do we actually see this? Protoss. Yeah, we see the command center being built there. You could probably go get it. Yep, here we come. Colossus. No, he's getting hit by the missile turrets. A couple more. Oh, the Colossus ends up dead. There are still 2, though. That's pretty good. Do they have the extended lance upgrade? No, they do not. Extended thermal lance not on the way. This planetary is going to go down again. 2 Immortals, a bunch of Stalkers, and Zealots and Colossus. That's enough. Explodes in a shower of ball of flame. The little satellite dish falls to the ground and disappears as well, because everything disappears. Because if you didn't, can you imagine? Hey, this base finally got taken down. Was it tanks? Was it... I don't know, it might have been bio, who knows, but here comes these small Protoss Death Ball at the 19-minute, here in the mark of the game. Zealots popping on in, absorbing a lot of the damage from that planetary fortress, exactly what they need to do. Immortals coming in, focusing down that planetary, not even really bothering to repair. The SCVs are just going to run away. The Colossus getting outside of the range of that missile turret. They learned their lesson from watching their friend die. All these missile turrets are going to die, though. These Zealots, do they have the plus upgrade? No! No upgrades whatsoever from the Protoss player, but that is just A-okay. And yeah, pretty much just going to be bio. A lot of Marauders coming up. +1/+1 is here. Medevacs and tanks. Tanks are pretty much going to be the key, I think, for the Terran to deal with these planetary fortresses. Look at this mulage here, though. 15,000 minerals for Granite because of all those mules. How many minerals does Cyberonic have here? 800. Okay, spending the money a little bit better. Doesn't actually have all the bases. Has this base here, has this base here, but it looks like Granite's the one who's been expanding everywhere at this point. Zealot, or Stalkers chasing down that command center. It explodes over the ravine. All the pieces fall down so far below. This base going to die as well. Pretty much the forward planetary fortress strategy is not going maybe as well as was planned for Team Terran. Can they repair through this damage? It's going to be really close. That other immortal gets in, bam, and it explodes. Everybody is forced to retreat. These mules are probably going to be able to mine from here just fine 4 planetaries at this point. All right, I know what's going on here. Basically making more and more gateways is Mute Hydra. I'm not sure that gateways are necessarily the answer. Immortal's probably better. SCV's killing this forward pylon because they can, because it's really the only offensive weapon that Team Terran has at this point. So let's just take a moment and take a breath and appreciate how crazy this game is. I mean, to come into a game and say, all right, we're both going to be Terran, regardless of what the other team does. We are going Planetary Fortress, we are going SCV, we are going Missile Turret, and that is it. And we're going to win this game. We believe in ourselves. Unfortunately, a few Stalkers coming up, going after this command center. The SCV surround is real, though. Group A goes up. Group B is really big. Gets a full surround on these Stalkers. Again, no upgrades on these Stalkers. That really benefits the SCVs. But with this number of SCVs, I don't think it really matters at this point. That was quite a hug, you guys. Tanks going to town on these planetaries, kind of setting up. The SCVs are trying to come in and deal with it, but the backup tanks are tearing them to pieces. All the SCVs die. This tank dies with them. So, I mean, that's it. But here comes Cyberonic, getting a big surround, trying to get a surround on these tanks as best he can. SCVs are faster, but not that much faster than tanks. Trying to get it. 2 of them get picked up. One of them gets surrounded and explodes. Okay, a little bit slower than I thought. There we go. Does explode. The SCV ball runs away from these tanks, from these Colossus. Again, with no upgrades. We have the extended thermal lance. No, we do not. Why on earth don't we have extended thermal lance? Where is our Robo Support Bay? Oh, there it is. Oh, Robotics Bay. Oh, maybe do we? Is it 9 fully upgraded? I thought it was greater than that. I don't know. That's embarrassing. Either way, here we come. Going to try to take down these planetary fortresses. The repairs are attempting to be real, though. Mules coming in. SCVs coming in. Are we going to save this planetary? No, it was close, but no. Now changing our attention to try to save this planetary. But again, with this number of immortals and that much DPS from the Colossus, I just really think it's kind of a futile gesture. Doing super long distance mining from this base is Cyberonic. Another base over here does get scouted. Cyberonic sees it. The SCVs have been active throughout this game for sure. Is this planetary going to die? It's actually managing to take down all of the immortals. Both these planetaries doing tons of work on everything but these Colossus. SCV running up and trying to kill Colossus by themselves. Brave little toasters those guys are. They get destroyed because Colossus do 15 damage into attacks. Enough to pretty much one-shot SCVs. Maybe two-shot, I guess, depending on how many Colossus there are. The range of planetaries does not exceed that of the Colossus, so no big deal. Here we come. SCVs coming up this ramp, taking down 1 immortal. Man, it's close. Yes, taking down an immortal, but the rest of them die. This is going to be difficult. If we just get a huge bio ball with Marines and Marauders for more explosion, I really think the strategy might just end up dying for Team Terran. Getting +3 armor, that's really big. That's really big right now for our Terran player Granite. Because it means the SCVs have a little more sustained survivability. Armor 2, Armor 3 coming on up now. That mitigates the damage that they take by quite a bit. Zealots taking down these missile turrets. They're just kind of running around. They happen upon them, forcing a cancel on all of those guys. More and more Zealots running around, but the SCV hit squads are real, man. They're running across the map. They're going to take down this Nexus by themselves if they can. More SCVs coming in, going to town on these probes. It is worker on worker action. The probes aren't being pulled off, though. Nope, they're pretty much just getting destroyed right now by these SCVs. Here we come. Now they're fighting back, but it's SCV with +3 armor against probes with no armor whatsoever, no shields, no armor upgrades. A single Stalker gets warped in to try to help deal with this. I don't know if that's the right choice. The Giant, here we come. The SCV ball getting a full surround on these Marauders with that +1/+1 upgrade plus a Banshee. Man, this Banshee is going to have a field day killing SCVs, doing so much damage to these workers, up to 4 kills, 5 kills. And are we going to get 6? Nope. A bunch of kills were stolen by those Marauders. What is going on over here? What is under attack? There was something under attack that I don't know what it was. These Colossus have been sitting here just going blah, blah, blah on this planetary for like 5 minutes now. It's really quite insane. Here we come. The Marauders are coming on in though, but again, there are 2 planetary fortresses here. This one going to work on the right side of the concave. This one probably going to die. Does not get repaired in time, unfortunately, but the Marauder ball is pretty small. That corpse got shot about 10 feet across the map there before it disintegrates. And I have to imagine that our team red and blue here just really doesn't know what to do. I mean, trying to kill these Colossus, you have to do it with SCVs. They really don't know what's happening. These Zealots trying to kill missile turrets, but the SCVs repairing might actually out-repair it. Nope, nope. This missile turret is going to die, probably the second one as well. The SCV is going to die themselves, so that's pretty good. The planetary fortress actually going to town a little bit on these Zealots. Can't quite see them now. Another attack comes up. SCV on Marauder action. Marauder's getting a full surround here, being healed by a single medevac. So nothing too crazy. Banshees trying to snipe down that planetary fortress instead. Changing targets, putting a cloak on, trying to kill these workers that are trying to kill these Marauders. The medevac is basically out of energy here, all the way down to 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Can't really heal anymore. That's huge, and taking hits from that missile turret means it runs away. A fresh supply. Reinforcing SCVs come up, and without that healing overhead, the Marauders are going to die. The last Marauder ends up dead. The SCVs have won the day, except for the mass missile turrets. There we go. Mass missile turret takes down that Banshee. Command center being placed up here. This poor medevac doesn't know what's going to hit it. 2 shots, bam. Gets exploded. Alright, so another SCV hit squad comes on out, takes down a tank by themselves. These SCVs are killing everything. The Colossus still entirely unsupported. More and more Colossus being made. A few Stalkers as well, forcing a full retreat from Granite. Landing more mules here just because, who knows why. At this point, Marauders sniping down a command center. Are we going to get this one before it finishes? Yes, I really think that we are. It's going to be close, but the Marauder GPS is good. Here in Heart of the Swarm against buildings for sure. There's a desperate ping here. Save it. Repair it. One SCV trying to repair it. A mule trying to repair it as well. But no, the planetary explodes. Marauders have full reign on this space. The mass Colossus is here. And boof, all these SCVs that are repairing end up dead. Missile turret trying to kill. Does actually kill one of the Colossus, but then ends up getting exploded and burned to death as well. Another attack with SCVs at this base. Another attack with SCVs up here, going to town in the main base. This is insane. SCVs managed to kill a Nexus, killing pylons, killing... What just exploded there? I think... What was that? I don't know. Probably just a gateway or something, but the Colossus come out and say, nuh-uh, you SCVs are being naughty. We're trying to kill you with our laser beams. They clean it up fairly handily. Poor SCVs. Even with that +3 armor, it's just not really enough. So the SCV attacks, though. Let's take a look at units lost. Oh, we don't have units lost. We just have, like, resources lost here. These team games are so weird. Alright, anyway, here we come again. Workers going to town on workers. These guys are not even defending themselves. More Explosion does not know what is happening because mass SCV is the way to go. Getting us around on these tanks is possible, but no. Instead, they kind of walked right past the tanks. They're going to come on in. There are ghosts now. I don't know if Ghost is necessarily the answer, but it's pretty good. SCVs are chasing these Colossus as fast as they can, but man, Colossus are fast. They can go 2.25 move speed. SCVs looks like can go 2.81. So they can run them down, but not quite quick enough. All these SCVs get melted. These Colossus have 20 kills, 23 kills, 30 kills, 23 kills, 10 kills. These Colossus are pretty much the answer at this point. This does not get lifted off. The orbital command dies for no reason, unfortunately for it. And defending here is a single Marine and a single Marauder. Gets surrounded by the SCVs with their +3 armor, and they get exploded as well. Kablooey! There it is. Getting a full surround on... they don't want to attack that command center because that's going to be a planetary. Instead, they're going to try to kill all the workers they can. How many... Can we see how many units are left? So it looks like More Explosion has 8 SCVs left. Wow. That is not great. Mute Hydra has 1 probe left. Also not good. Landing a lot of mules. The Manor Mules are real. Being dropped. Is this base actually going to die? Pretty much these mules' jobs is to distract this planetary fortress so these SCVs can kill this orbital. And oh, the range of the orbital is actually just outside where they can kill these SCVs. So I think that orbital is actually going to die. This is insane. Nothing is being produced from Mute Hydra. And more explosion right now. But this is the big problem. This mass of Colossus is going to be so difficult to handle for Team Terran. Again, missile turrets can kill them, but Colossus outrange them. So that is not good. The Ghost Hit Squad is here, though, burning down all the SCVs, saving this orbital command. It will not burn down. These poor mules are just trying to get home with their minerals. The Ghosts snipe them down. They don't care. Ghosts again with +1/+1 upgrades. And here we go. Mules coming in. The income is actually starting to come back in for more explosion. A ping for some reason right here. Is this where we're going to meet? Is this where... Look at this long distance mining. There's long distance mining all over the place. Whoa! Alright, how many SCVs are there? 168 SCVs right now for Granite. Wow, and Cyberonic has 200 SCVs. He is maxed out on SCVs. That is insane. Planetary Fortress getting burned down again. It's a good thing the Colossus don't have +3 upgrades, or else this would be a lot more difficult. Alright, SCV, Team 1. We're going to have to do something about these Colossus because, look, they're going to melt our faces if something doesn't happen here. Are we going to try to get a surround? Yes, we're flanking in from the right side and from the left side. Here we come. Going to try to catch some of these Colossus. Are we going to get them? It's going to be very close. Can we just walk through those Colossus or those workers? Ah, just barely missing there. That is so pretty, though. Look at that teal and that purple. Running away as fast as they can because the Colossus have kind of turned the tables on them. I'm going to try to make this happen. Going to try to use techniques. Going to try to use special tactics to get us around on these Colossus because I think that's really all that's left. These Ghosts are here and they are cloaked. That poses a very big problem for our purple Terran player here. Actually sniping down one of the siege tanks. Can we get a second one too? Oh, getting a second one at the same time. That was a huge pickup there for Team Terran. The Ghosts, unfortunately, do uncloak, but again, they have enough DPS to take care of workers. Being chased again by SCVs, these Colossus are mad. I think they're all Executors at this point, but running away. The SCVs trying to get a good position on a surround. Oh, all these mules getting destroyed. I don't think this reminds me of tower defense. Not a single one gets past. Again, trying to long distance mine, making another command center here, trying to defend it with SCVs. This giant ball of SCVs going possibly the wrong direction, trying to kill these Ghosts. I think that's what they're trying to do. Can we... Oh, getting a surround here would be pretty good. But no, unfortunately, they have different things on their mind. Mules long distance mining here, being called down on this base because why the heck not? A nuke! We have a nuke at this point. A nuke was produced by Team Red here. And it is going to land and probably kill, like, okay, more workers than I thought. Yikes, workers, go away. Oh. Yep, killing a whole bunch of SCVs, taking the Planetary Fortress down to, like, a third or 2/3 health, so not too big of a deal. But where are we going? Where are we collecting? Oh, we're long-distance mining. We're trying to see how much money we can get. All right, no big deal. So, yeah, 128 supply here. For Granite, floating 12,000 minerals, 5,000 gas. Is there any... So, okay, so we do have 7 probes for the Protoss player, so that's pretty good. Where are these probes? Okay, so they're mining from this base. So desperately trying to make something happen here is our Protoss player, Mute Hydra. And where are those? Here we go. Here are the Colossus. Trying to burn things down, taking down another under construction command center. No big deal. And heading on out again, Marines. Oh no, Marines are in production. All these mules end up dead. All their pieces on fire, spinning on the ground before they too disappear. And here we come. The SCVs really, I just think they need to make something happen about this. They got to take care of these Ghosts. They can scan the Ghosts, though that's not really a problem. Cloaked Ghosts shouldn't be an issue for these workers. There are enough of them, I think, to kill them if they get the surround, especially just with that +1/+1 upgrade. All the SCVs managed to evacuate here. They do not want to deal with these Colossus straight up. They kind of want to try to catch them off guard, but here come the SCVs again, getting a full surround on these Marines. No, the Marines are actually stimming back, running back at least, but nope. Like I said, +3 armor on SCVs turns out to be pretty darn good. All of the Marines end up dying. The Ghosts are here, though. The Cloaked Ghosts are destroying SCVs left and right. 10 kills, 13 kills, 25 kills. That one is a commander. But the SCVs do not care. They're going to kill buildings as fast as they can. Kind of trail these probes, trying to get rid of these Colossus. But again, good micro here from Mute Hydra, getting them out of the way. And no, so many SCVs dying. Boop, boop, boop. This Ghost hit squad is causing a huge amount of trouble for these SCVs. These guys trying to repair each other. It's a giant SCV repair party here in the middle of the map, being protected kind of by 2 planetary fortresses. Pinging again. I don't know what the ping is exactly here. from our blue Terran player. But Granite has something he wants to do. SCV is coming on up. Okay, so again, we're trying a flank attack. Left side, right side. Going to try to catch these Colossus in a place where they can't run away. And here it is, going for it. Left side, right side. Oh, not quite enough. Oh, here we go. The ones from the bottom side catching the Colossus. Doing a great job of it. Trying to run away are the Colossus, but they can't quite manage to do it. A lot of them are in very low health. Colossus falling left and right. I think Colossus can actually just walk over SCVs. He can't really get us around, but here we come. Again, the SCV is doing such a great job here. Oh no, catching them into the missile turrets, and all the Colossus are dead. All the Colossus are dead. Colossus are down. Colossus are down. Units tab showing the Protoss player with 4 Zealots left. That is it. The red Terran player with 12 ghosts. That is it. I think this might actually work. I think this mass SCV play might actually work. One of Zealots dies to mass. Again, there goes the scan. The scan on these ghosts. We're trying to get a surround on them. Are we going to get them? Yeah, I think we can block them off from escaping. Yes, blocking off most of them here. All right, so 3 of them escaped. But how many are going to die? We can hear them, right? Yep, there's 1. And 2. Neither of them did the crazy scream, I don't think, but oh man, can we get a surround here? It's a shooting gallery for these ghosts. Again, 7, 19, 1 kills. Ah, the SCVs come right on in, kill the ghosts that are not cloaked pretty darn quickly, actually. And this guy about to run out. 2, 1, 0. Oh man, wrong place, wrong time to run out of energy, and nuke goes down. Probably killed a lot of stuff, but it doesn't really matter at this point. Again, units tab shows 184 workers, 157 workers to 2 SCVs, and a single ghost and a medevac. I think this is it. I mean, you can't kill floating buildings, really, if you're Team Terran, so I guess you could probably force a stalemate here. Look at this. Mass SCV on Planetary Fortress. This planetary, it just can't find enough targets to hit. Can't decide what to kill, getting 55, 60 kills. Planetaries do not have ranks. And so I really can't see him becoming commander or anything like that. But slowly, slowly, having its HP whittled down. It is into the red. It is burning. It is burning down here. And it's up to 85 kills. Can it get 100 before it dies? Let's hear it get 100, everybody. 94. And no, I don't think it got it. Oh, what a disappointment, Planetary Fortress. I'm very sad for you. Oh, we got to get that orbital command before it escapes into the top of the base here, trying desperately to throw down missile turrets to make sure this orbital can't go away. Mute Hydra saying, care to play again? I can't believe that we lost to this strategy. This is so stupid, saying Mute Hydra. SCV's just pretty much killing what they can. This Banshee is causing major problems for everybody. Only has 2 kills, so no big deal. Production tab shows more Banshees in the way. Granite says, we are just peaceful settlers. Cyberonic says, I think you might know our strategy now. Granite saying, we don't like killing units. Oh, the missile turrets do manage to actually kill the orbital command. It can't float away into the corner. That is very nice, preventing the stalemate, or the draw, I think it's actually called, which would be super dumb at this point in the game. The Banshee, again, no shortage of targets, trying to kill stuff. Mute asking for the ethnicity of the team that they're playing. I would guess German? Granite saying, we're Martian. I think spelling it wrong, Marzian, but that's okay. At least in English. It might be how you spell Martian and something else. That's kind of cool. But again, there are Zealots here. They're trying to kill this giant train of SCVs. And this is so many mules. 47 and 27 mules for Team Terran. They're going to mine out this base in like a minute and a half. More and more being landed. Actually, Mr. More Explosion saying, we are from Alabama. Okay, that's probably not true. But again, Banshee's overhead, up to 3 kills, up to 18 kills. This one is a captain. What's the max rank for a Banshee? Let's find out. 19 kills there. Oh, Commander. It looks like he's going to max out at Commander here. Throwing down missile turrets right on top of these Banshees. I guess you could just put missile turrets everywhere, and eventually the Banshees would have to end up flying over one of them, right? It's a strategy. We'll have to see if it actually happens. Is More Explosion going to drag this on? More Explosion, at this point, here we can get these minerals, somebody's pinging, has basically this number of missile turrets, a single starport, a single factory, and at this point, the barracks is going to die as well. So that's pretty much it for our red Terran player, More Explosion. Pings are everywhere. These teammates are communicating like crazy again. Whew, 27 kills. Mute Hydra saying that was a great game anyway. I think we're just going to watch these SCVs kill everything. Granite saying, I can't stop laughing. Cyberonic saying, April Fools! And that's it. More Explosion has left the game. It's just going to be a matter of Mute Hydra leaving the game at this point. Mute Hydra saying, you suck, but in a great sucking way. I'm going to have to agree. This mass SCV strategy is not super valid, I don't think, in most places. But on this day, in this 2v2 match of Heart of the Swarm, it worked. And nobody can argue against it. There is actual replay footage of it. There is now a cast of it. And kaboosh, Cyberonics saying thank you, very humbly accepting it. And that's it. Mute Hydra was defeated, leaves the game. Our heroes from Ubel, Granite, and Cyberonic are victorious. Wow, what an insane 49-minute Heart of the Swarm game. Thank you so much for watching. Those of you on Reddit, I hope you enjoyed the cast. It was a lot of fun to do. So either way, this has been FalconPaladin with yet another daily Blizzard upload. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw today. I do cast daily Legacy of the Void replays as well. So if that's what you're interested in seeing, hit me up. You can also find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook, all /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, you take care of yourself.